Hey, good afternoon and welcome one more time to All Access Aurora Borealis. This is Sportstown Chicago 2. I'm Courtney Wallace. One more Thursday afternoon with you. And guess who's here again? Of course, the man himself, CJ Brown. And this is going to be my thing for the rest of the season. I can tell you that right now. Coach, may I shake your hand, sir?
Thank you for having me.
And I still won't wash it, okay? All right, so here we are one more week to have a look at Aurora Borealis and what has happened with this minor league soccer club over the past week. They had a game on the weekend, Friday afternoon. Of course, we covered that one live. The result wasn't exactly what coach and the team or even us here would have loved to see, but we did see some things that we're actually happy about. And coach and I were in a little preamble before we came on air, and we're going to delve more into that right now. Coach, RWB Adria, defending champions. It was only your second game of the season, first home game. I'm sure there must have been some nerves going into the game.
Yeah, I think there should always be nerves. I think we play better when you have those nerves. But yeah, you're playing against one of the best teams in the league, not just PLA, but throughout Chicago. This team's been quality in every league that they play in and every season they play. So that was a little nervous to see how we were going to match up against them. And then obviously being our first home real league game was hoping to get a good fan group coming out and wanting to try, obviously impress them, but having to play the champions in our first home game is a tough matchup.
Yeah, and if we set the stage like that, then we're thinking that, okay, so the big question now is what happened? How did it go? Did Aurora crumble? Did RWB Adria overrun them? Because, Aurora, brand new team, brand new to the league, new players, semi-professionals, some of them pure amateurs. Now let's tell you how it went. For the first 45 minutes, I did commentary on the game and I was impressed. This team, they showed heart, they showed fight, they showed skill. And I was doing commentary and I remembered when Bruce Wilden, the coach of our Carpathia, in his post-game comments after they beat Aurora 2-1 in the opener, he said it's obvious that this team is well coached. That was evident on Friday evening. They were out-hustling Adria. They were winning the first balls, sometimes let down by the first touch, but they were giving them problems. In other words, they were giving them hell. However, Adria took the lead in the first half, and they went up 1-0. Coach, as we look here now at the goal, again, a little lapse in defense. Player, basically, Butler leaving the player there to roam free in the box, so to speak, and he just couldn't miss that sitter.
No, yeah, it's. I think it's what we've been talking about since the beginning of the season. Is we go in with the right mindset, we go in with a good attitude, and just our individual focus at times is letting us down. And the guys realize that because off a throw-in on a play like that, if everybody's tuned in and off the first throw-in, just not even overcommitting yourself to win that ball and making him play out to the sideline or play back, it alleviates all that problem right there. And then we don't do it the right way the first time, and then now trying to recover from it, and guys know they should be on the inside of players. There's little things that we kind of know, and we just got to stay focused with. And I think maybe it's early in the game, so our nerves might be still a little high for playing such a good team.
Yeah, and of course, ball watching is one of the cardinal sins of soccer. You want to be watching the player, watching your position and where you are. And they got caught out that time. However, the impressive thing is that they were never rolled over. They never just laid down and played dead. Your team hit right back. Yeah. And pretty soon, you were on the score sheet.
I think the guys have came with a great attitude. They even leading up to that goal, they were still pushing, and we were trying to play soccer out of the back. We were trying to move the ball. We got a good opportunity here with getting in the box and them taking us down and Colby finishes a good PK for us.
Right, and of course you don't earn a penalty kick by sitting back. You earn penalty kicks when you're giving defenders problems.
Yeah.
And then it must have been very heartening for you to see Colby there stepping up and really scoring a good penalty.
Yes, he's a very confident kid, and he's our striker, which you like that in him, and he steps up every time there's a penalty and wants to take it. So I let them handle that on the field, and he's been very good at it.
All right, and of course the Germans will say that once the referee points to the penalty spot, you should mark it down as a goal, because that's a free opportunity. It gets no easier.
It's no easier than that, so
right.
you want to take advantage of those opportunities.
And we must also point out that Colby Newquist was also named to the team of the week for the league for this week. I mean, really, really good player, real nimble, gives the defenders a lot of problems. And that effort by Aurora saw the first half, the first 45 ending 1-1. And I made the comment that you actually sat on the bench for that entire 45 minutes. You never saw the need to have to get up and shout instructions or do anything, because the players, they were just doing it so well. It looked like real good soccer.
It was fun to watch. The attitude was there, the fight was there, and the better part of it was this. I thought the soccer part was there. The things we were looking for, combining through the lines and the runs and getting in the box, and at the end of the day, we still kind of had a defensive form with the 4-2-3-1, but we capitalized on their mistakes at times, and when we did win the ball, we got guys going forward to get those opportunities. So the guys weren't shy in the first half. They gave us a sign of what is to come, but it only lasted for 45 minutes, which is tough to take, but it's a sign, and it's another level of pushing ourselves forward. Right. So we take every little bit we can get, and we try to build off of it.
Right, and of course you heard Coach basically segueing into that into that second half, because pretty soon a beautiful first half was pretty much erased from memory, and I can't say that I so blame the entire team for what happened, because you know, if you look at the goal here, it was a back pass. Now you have to be very confident in yourself to make a back pass, especially a young team. And the goalkeeper Marquis, he made a mess of it.
Yeah, you could definitely go there, but I think it starts from the beginning of the play, and I think Danny Miranda has it at midfield, a little bit above midfield, and his first touch takes him across, and then it takes him back. And playing a negative ball leads to issues, and I don't think at that point he had to go backwards. I think if we would have been a little bit sharper with movements forward and picking our head up going forward, we would have eliminated that one issue. But again, it's something we have to start to learn and deal with, and play quicker, be more confident, and I don't think a ball from half field should be touching our goalkeeper.
Right.
Our back line should be moving better. When it gets to our back line, our midfielders need to be moving to get the ball, and we weren't confident in that point.
Okay, all right, cool. You're the coach, I'll give you that one. So you won't blame the goalkeeper. Now let's have a look at the second goal.
Yes.
And you tell me what you think about this one now. Now look at this. Ball comes in. How did that end at the back of the net?
Yes, that was a mistake that you never want to see. But again, I'm going to go to the 10 players in front of him. I think that was Will Butler on the right there with a 1v1. Mm-hmm. And if you look a little bit ahead of him, he has a midfielder that's standing there watching him. And the way we want to play is we want that midfielder to go out there and help him and force the game wide and keep it wide. And Will does well at keeping.
Sort of like a double team there.
Double team, mm-hmm. and win that ball there, and we push out. Granted, I think Will played that to a T, because we say if he can get down and cross the ball, anything that low, it should go into our keeper, which it does, and our keeper has to bail us out in those instances. So obviously a huge mistake. But I think, again, it starts earlier in the play, where he has enough, our outside midfielder has enough time to get in that position to help him, at least create more of an issue for that guy to get across on.
Right. But let's speak about the goalkeeper now. I mean, you know, there are mistakes, and you really don't want to harp on it. I mean, you wouldn't want. Naturally, he's going to feel bad for it. But how is he? I mean, what was that talk like after the game with him, and even up until now?
You know what? He's been very good for us. He's very young. This is our senior kid out of the 4 goalkeepers we have. He's a senior in high school, and he's been the most committed so far with attendance and coming and working hard and training. And obviously has a lot to learn. There was a few personal issues he had over the weekend, but he wanted to play through it. And I felt, and just from my past of being around guys that go through stuff like he went through, I wanted to give him that opportunity. And I thought to start off with, he handled it well. And maybe the second half, along with the rest of the group, he kind of lost where he was at. And there was those two plays definitely put you behind the eight ball. And it's hard to get out of, especially with a team like Audrey. Right.
And let's give it to the goalkeeper. Those were two misses. They weren't the only two plays he had in the entire game. Yeah. Okay, so they were bad, and they probably led to the shoulders drooping just a little bit. However, we're gonna cut him some slack. You hear Coach say, young kid, he's learning, and Marcus, hold your head up. There's still a lot of future left for you. But those two goals, Coach, did they, like I said, the shoulders never really drooped. The team still showed some fight. You even came back and you scored. Well, you got the ball in the back of the net twice, except in one was an offside goal, and which I think was still good play, except that the forward wasn't watching the line enough to, to stay onside. As we're seeing here, a good strike. Yeah. It looked good, but of course it was on the offside. But then came the second goal, the one that counted, and again, good movement, good pressure, and a good kick.
Yes, and that play right there, I think a minute before that he had the same exact play. Instead of taking his first touch in, he took it wide and he had to get across. And literally, we were saying every single time you get an opportunity, go straight to goal. And if you go to goal, anything can happen. And right after that, he ends up scoring a goal. So he's a kid that we think, it's Anthony Parra, that we think has got a good future with this group, and he can be a very big key factor to the wing play, and because he has a ton of pace and he likes to go at people. So we're just trying to build him into that spot.
Right. And again, we look at the strike. It was a confident strike. We've seen the players get in front of goal on numerous occasions, and they either underhit the ball or they overcook it. But this time he was right there. He knew exactly what he needed to do, and he executed beautifully.
Yeah, definitely. He's playing well. He's working hard, and he's trying to figure out how we're trying to play that winger spot. And I think he's adapting pretty well to it.
Right. So as we wrap up that game, Coach, just your overall thoughts on the goal. I know you had a game last night, but for that league game, just your overall thoughts quickly.
We just want to build off that first half. We are in a situation now. We play Toledo back-to-back, so getting some points out of Toledo will keep us in the mix of where the two top teams are right now. And I think if we can build off the first half of an Adria game, I think that will keep us in the mix. But we got to build that fitness of playing 90 minutes. We can't do it 45 minutes. And I think the guys are seeing it. The guys see the positives of it. They're frustrated with not getting results, but they haven't stopped working. So we're moving in the right direction. And I know I say that a lot, but with a new team, that's what it's going to look like for a while until we get that confidence and we get that technical ability in front of the goal on both ends, defensively and offensively.
As long as you don't get impatient.
Not getting impatient. I have my moments, but the guys, they're showing it. They're working hard, so I have to keep believing in it, and they're believing in it.
Right. And like you segued into Toledo, they're coming off a loss. Yes. Might not be a good omen because Adria themselves are coming off a loss, and they came back and they won this game 5-2. You're away to Toledo. Yeah. It is going to be a tough assignment, but you're expressing confidence in the group, and we too are confident in this group that this group can actually do well.
Yeah, I think they start to see it every day. Every day after a game or a training, you hear them talking about more and more confidence, and the more they want to be with each other to train and to work. And that's what builds a good club, builds a good team. And we're doing this all in a short period of time. So hopefully we can get some points early now, and then see how the rest of the season goes on. I can only see us getting better and getting opportunities to win games.
All right. So there you heard it. Coach C.J. Brown and Aurora Borealis, they have a tough one coming up against Toledo United. They are second in the East Division of the Premier League of America, but they lost on the weekend. So, like we like to say, the ball is round and anything can happen. And as always, sportstownchicago.com, where in this for the long haul with Aurora Borealis, and we'll be taking the ride with them all along. And we invite you too to join us and be a part of this journey. CJ, once again, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, awesome. And see you again on Thursday. For the entire Sportstown Chicago family, I'm Courtney Wallace saying good afternoon. Yes, sir.